one point or another, we were all teased about our sexuality. Faggot, queer, lesbian. I remember the rumor that went around in 8th grade that said I was a lesbian. I was terrified. My preteen self was so shaken that I even talked to my school counselor about it. She assured me that it was just teasing, that they were just being kids, that it was very mean, but I shouldn't let the lies going around the school get to me. I remember walking out of that office thinking, I'm not worried about lies. There's no lies here. I'm worried about everyone knowing the truth. It's important to understand that I didn't know that I was a lesbian in middle school. I don't think I even knew exactly what that word meant. All I knew was that I wasn't supposed to feel about girls how other girls felt about boys, but I did. I spent the next 4 or 5 years praying that I wasn't a lesbian. I went to church, I dated boys, some very attractive boys, but I kissed girls, and I liked it. Just God, please, don't let me be a lesbian. We can fast forward through the awkward of high school to present-day me. Turns out I'm not a lesbian, not at all. Turns out I'm a huge bisexual. Remember the teasing, faggot, queer, lesbian? I do. I remember it every day because I still live it. You're one bad heterosexual relationship away from being a lesbian. You just can't make up your mind. Bisexuality doesn't exist, you're just confused. Bisexuality is just a stepping stone. You're just being selfish. It's just an excuse to sleep with as many people as possible. I came out a little over a year ago. 2 or 3 people have known for a while, but I told my parents and a larger group of my friends in the middle of last spring semester. Those that stuck by me through this process know that very little has changed about me in the last year. I still have the same morals, I still go to church, I'm still only in one committed relationship at a time, and I'm very much still me. I have several friends who are part of my prep team to telling my parents. They talked the process through with me, they shared their experiences, they expressed their support, and my gratitude to them is eternal. Telling my parents was hard. They know what it meant to be a lesbian, but when I said bisexual, they looked at me like I was an alien. Honestly, it was complicated to explain it to them in a way that was sensitive to what they were hearing, but still stood by who I am. All they kept asking me was if I would still date boys. I knew what they were really asking. They wanted to know if there was still a chance for me to have a normal life in their eyes. I told them over and over that I was attracted to a person because of who they were as a person. And over the years, both men and women have fallen into that category. My romantic interests aren't confined to one gender or another. I truly see someone's character. I wish I could say that my parents came around eventually, but it's been a little over a year and still nothing. They're dealing with it by ignoring it. They still talk to me and love me and take an interest in my life, as long as it has nothing to do with what they refer to as my alternative lifestyle. It took almost 6 months after coming out for either of them to even mention it again. Now we just don't talk about it. The common theme when it does come up is you just don't know how hard your life is going to be. Personally, that statement brings up 2 major issues. The first is that they don't know how hard life was. They don't know how complicated and painful it was to keep that part of me a secret for so long. And they can't understand how free I feel now that I am out. The second issue is that when times are hard, and I am having a really hard time with a relationship or with teasing, I can't go to them for comfort because all I'll hear is, "We told you so." There are times when I wish I wouldn't have fought so hard against being a lesbian, because that would almost be easier for the world to hear. It's in those moments that I realize the hypocrisy of my coming out story. That's exactly what so many of us have spent our life fighting so hard against, letting what other people want hold us back. The GLBT community is fighting for equality, to not have to fit into the inequality of a heterosexual worldview. Turns out sometimes I don't even fit into the homosexual worldview, and sometimes that's really hard on me. The good news, though, is that I'm positive that this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be forever. I'm currently dating a beautiful girl, but that doesn't make me any less bi. And if I marry a man, that doesn't make me straight. This is not my stepping stone. This does not make me promiscuous. I am not confused. I'm bisexual.